Robin.
Hi, Robin.
I love it. Hello.
We're super excited to be with you this afternoon because you just gave
Yes,
an amazing story on the Time to Shine Zoom room, which is the place to be because you
Place
got to
to
be in
be
the what?
in the
Be in the
room.
room.
100%.
Be
You are
in the
missing out.
be in the
Yes, you're
room.
missing out if you're not there.
Yes, yes, yes. So I had the opportunity to listen to you about just, being a mom. Like being a mom, I'm a mom and my kids were very little when I started Rainbow. One was 1, one was 5. And so I already lived that journey, but it was really cool listening to your story. Of course, now you're a distributor. You've been in Rainbow for a long time, but I'd like for you to give just a little bit of a testimony and then kind of just speak to moms out there. Like if they're struggling with a little bit of the mom guilt, if they're trying to figure out, well, how do I do Rainbow and be a mom? And because you do it so effortlessly and you always do it with such a genuine heart and you're always smiling and you're always so energetic. So I would like to hear this if that's okay.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, yes, definitely. It has not been perfect always, but again, today can be the day that you make the pivot to be able to get to where you want to be in your family life as well as your dealer life. So I wear a dealer hat now more than ever. I wear a manager hat now more than ever. So yes, I'm a distributor, but there's many different hats I wear in Rainbow, which is really cool. But definitely, can you have the best of both worlds? You can. 100% it comes to preparing. Okay, preparation, planning, having a calendar, time blocking, being able to set, boundaries. But I will say yesterday, no, Friday, it really pivoted my entire world to say that I have to put me first. So if you're a mom out there and you put your kids first, or you put your business first, or you put somebody else or something else before you have to put you first. So there's this thing called the wheel of life. I learned that from Vicky, and she taught me how. Now again, she taught me this many years ago, but truly implementing it has come into reason in my season for where I'm at in Rainbow and where I'm at in my life. So the wheel of life, being able to see where you're at and then being able to see where you want to go with that. Just even like I mentioned earlier, like in my spiritual life, I never really even mentioned it to anybody, but I wanted to grow there. But like when you set a goal and then you don't tell anybody, you really don't want to be held accountable. So what's really cool is me and one of my good friends, we actually hold each other accountable. We read 15 minutes a day and we're going to read the entire Bible in a year. So I'm super
Wow.
excited. It's an app called the Holy Bible. I can share it with you if you want me to. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's really awesome to be able to do that. But calendar, time blocking, but being able to put yourself first as far as like your health, what are you doing to get fresh air? We were just talking about vitamin D. Like it's so important to take care of
Yeah.
yourself because if you're not right here, you can't be right anywhere else. And if your home life isn't right, you
Right.
definitely can't have a dealer life, a manager life, anything. And you can't coach people through that either because you're stuck. That's
Yes.
another big thing too, the
Yeah.
advice that you give to others, to be able to take that advice yourself. Don't be just, an advice giver, and don't use shelf help as far as like reading. Reading has completely changed my life. Number one book in the entire world is Difficult Conversations. And that book literally, if I would have read that book, I would never be where I am today and be able to have the
Wow.
relationships that I have that have grown because of difficult conversations. So yes, Will of
Sometimes we
Life,
have
super
difficult
huge.
conversations with ourselves, huh? Sometimes we
Gosh,
have to have
do you?
difficult conversations with ourselves. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Every
It's interesting.
every day.
One of one of the things that you said was the scheduling, and I think this is really important. And guys, I hope that even men are listening because most men have wives, right? So they can understand what their wife is feeling, even in times of just trying to figure out how to do both. Because we want to be able to do a lot of things. We don't want to let our kids down, and the schedule is so pertinent. If you schedule it, it will probably get done. You have a likely chance that it will get done. But if you think about something that you're supposed to be accomplishing this week, not so, it may or may not get done,
Correct.
correct? Like, oh, Sean, we should get together this week. We won't.
Yep.
We've said it hundreds of times to each other in our friendship. Hey, Tuesday at 2 to 4, we're together.
Yep.
Does it get
Mhm.
done?
Yep.
Yes, it gets done. So, and then a better quality question, moms, to ask yourself instead of how can I do rainbow and be
Mhm.
a good mom? Or I'm sorry, that's the question. That is the quality question. How can I do rainbow and be a good mom? Because you can do both
Right.
instead of, well, I have to do rainbow or be a good mom. That's actually not
Perfect.
true. You can absolutely do both. Time blocking, what Robin said, one of the strategies I teach all the moms is when the kids get home off the bus, or if it's right before dinner time, or before, you're supposed to be doing homework time, you take that 2 hours of it, and it's intentional time. You don't have your
Correct.
phone. They don't have their devices, and you are doing intentional stuff with your children, whether it's homework or whether you're out in the yard playing, or you're like, let's just go for a walk together, or let's go to the park together, or let's do this together. That 2 hours of intentional time is what families don't actually get working 9 to 5. And then, then the
Yes.
homework and the bombarding of the laundry, and then the dinners, and then getting your kids a bath, and then getting your kids to bed. You might see your kid on the drive home. And are you really seeing them if you're on the phone or they're on their devices?
Mhm.
No. So
No.
creating that intentional time is so important.
Yes,
You do
absolutely.
it.
And what's really cool about this, guys, like you don't have this anywhere else besides in Rainbow for someone to guide you, to mentor you, to walk you through life, to say, yes, you should be great at both. Not, oh, go sell a bunch of rainbows and make me a bunch of money. That's not what it's about. Like we are about doing life better together. And
Yeah.
again, you have people that have been through it and been there, done that. And it's about hearing what they've been through to be able to take that into your personal life and be able to do that too. So time blocking is huge. Like I used to do only a paper calendar back in the day. Like I have stacks of calendars inside the office of like where I used to do that. And now it's all digital. Why? Because I can see it. My son can see it. Both of my sons can see it. My husband can see it. Like we literally intentionally plan. Don't get me wrong, random times that we get to throw stuff in. Yes. But again, it's not about that. It's not about never being willing to shift your calendar because that does happen. Reschedules happen every day, right? Well, okay, I plan to work for 2 hours today in a demo. So what I'm going to do, because I know that, I missed my family day this week because I picked up a demo because my RC, I just booked a new instance set that day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this hour or the 2 hours I was going to work, and I'm going to take an hour and I'm going to do some calling, some customer loving. And then I'm going to take an hour and I'm going to go play Monopoly, which Monopoly doesn't last an hour if you didn't know that.
No,
But I'm going to
Yeah.
go.
let's leave it on the kitchen table for like months.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yes, yes, yes. But then I'm going to be intentional with my time. I'm going to take that. And it's so huge to take your phone and literally turn it upside down. It's okay if you miss a phone call. Like, it's
That-
okay if you miss a text message. Like, you have to know
Yes.
that. Yes, that's absolutely huge. So,
well,
yes.
Robin,
But
on perspective of on a perspective as a father standpoint,
Yeah, for sure.
I know it's
Please.
different with women, and you're connected to your kids, and because women mothers are amazing. It's really phenomenal. But I went through still do to this day. I'm gone 240 days a year. Can you imagine out of 365?
wow.
And my daughter, I've been doing this since 2008, right? As far as traveling the way I do. And my daughter is now 21. And a lot of times I struggle with this myself, going, well, I'm working all the time and I'm away on this, which by the way, I do it because number one, I love what I do.
Yes.
Number two, I'm doing it for them and so on, right? What also I think we have to understand is that your kids are watching you. And I remember when I asked my daughter one time, my daughter says, because I said, look, I know I'm gone a lot. And she goes, Dad, I really haven't known any different. Yes, I knew you were gone more than most fathers of my friends and so on. But I always felt connected. When you were home, you were home. And she says, we always did things. And she says, by the way, do you see how hard I work as a person? It's because I watched you.
Mm,
Your kids are always watching you.
because what is taught is often caught.
Yes.
They're
Oh, that's
watching.
beautiful.
They're watching. And there's so much power in what Meadow said. When you're home, you're home.
Mm-hmm.
Let that sink in.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That was
Especially
something
even
that was
with your
said.
spouse. Even
Yeah,
with your
love the
spouse
one
when
you're
you're
with.
home.
Yeah, it's like what
Hmm.
you do at that time, right? Like what you said. Do you know how many times I played Barbies? I'm not kidding you. I played cars, we went swimming, even though I was tired because
Yeah.
I was working, I still had to go, no, Sean, you have this much time with your kids because obviously when you're raising a family, you only have so much time.
Yeah.
But I have to find a way to manage both of them, and it is possible.
It is
It
possible. It's always possible.
Absolutely. And you get to do this. You got to remember that you get to do this. It's not I have to, you get to do this. But love the one you're with. That was something I learned just last week from someone. I can't remember what meeting, but love the one you're with. If you're with a customer at that time, be intentional at that time. If you're with your family at that time,
Said
be with
that
your
on a
family.
meeting.
Mm.
I
Was
remember
it
it.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah, someone said it. I can't
Yeah, I
remember, but
remember
I
it.
just
That's
took that to
awesome.
That's
heart and
being
I was just
intentional,
like,
right?
love
So
the one you're
cool.
with, wherever you
All right,
are. So,
Robin. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank
yeah.
you. We'll get Mark to edit this part
Yeah.
out. It's fantastic. We'll just wait for her to come on and he can edit it.
Uh-oh.
It's
Can you
wonderful.
see me?
Well, there she is. Okay, wait. So you were saying love the one you're with.
Yes.
Continue, because Mark will fix
Okay.
that.
So yes, definitely love the one you're with. Wherever you are, if you're in a customer's home, love the one that you're with. If you're with your husband watching TV, get off your phone. Love the one you're with. If you're with your kids playing Barbies, don't listen to the ding on your phone. Put it in the kitchen. Love the one you're with. Just be there, guys. Absolutely. Planning plus persistency equals production. It is in every aspect of life, whether that's business, whether that is your home life, whether that is your relationships, with your
Yeah.
friends, with your family, with your spouse, anyone. So
I love it. Thank you so much, Robin. We appreciate
absolutely.
you so much. Have an amazing rest of your time to shine. See you soon.
Yes.
Room. Bye, babe.
Bye.